So, you've seen the videos, you've heard the stories. Someone who was flipping burgers last month is now apparently making 6 figures a year selling fidget spinners from their bedroom. It sounds incredible, almost too good to be true. And honestly, for most people who try, it is. The biggest mistake I see, time and time again, is people jumping in headfirst, blinded by dollar signs. They throw their savings at flashy ads for a product they haven't researched, thinking sales will just magically appear. They believe the hype that this is a get-rich-quick scheme, a passive income machine that runs itself. This is the single most expensive belief you can have in this business, and it will drain your bank account faster than you can say, Shopify. The reality is a lot less glamorous. The internet is littered with the digital graveyards of failed dropshipping stores. These are stores built on impulse, not on data. They were started by people who bought a course from a guru driving a rented Lamborghini and thought that was all the education they needed. They skipped the boring parts, the research, the supplier vetting, the customer service planning. They focused only on the exciting fantasy of watching sales notifications roll in. But without a solid foundation, that fantasy quickly turns into a nightmare of angry customer emails, lost packages, and a rapidly dwindling savings account. This isn't a lottery ticket, it's a business. And if you treat it like a lottery ticket, you're almost guaranteed to lose. Let's be brutally honest for a second. The idea that you can just pick a random product from a site like AliExpress, slap it on a website and become an overnight millionaire is a myth. It's a marketing tactic used to sell you courses and software. The successful dropshippers, the ones who are quietly building real sustainable businesses, are the ones who treat it with the seriousness it deserves. They understand that for every winning product you see, there were likely 10 failures that came before it. They know that success isn't about one viral video, it's about systems, patience, and a relentless focus on providing value. The biggest mistake is not a tactical one, it's a mindset one. It's the failure to see dropshipping for what it is, a real business that requires real work. Before we even get into the how-to, you need to get this straight in your head. This is not passive income, especially not at the beginning. It requires your time, your attention, and a bit of your money to get started. You will make mistakes, you will probably lose some money on your first few ad campaigns. You might pick a product that absolutely no one wants to buy. That's all part of the process. The key is to start small, learn from those mistakes, and not bet your entire life savings on a single product you saw on TikTok. Forget the hype. Let's get grounded in reality, because that's the only place where you can build a business that actually lasts. Alright, let's break this down to its absolute simplest form. What even is dropshipping? Imagine you want to sell, let's say, a fancy coffee mug. In the old days, you would have to buy 1,000 of these mugs, store them in your garage, pack them up one by one when someone buys one, and then drive to the post office. It's a huge upfront cost and a massive hassle. Dropshipping completely flips that model on its head. You are essentially the middleman, the digital storefront. You create a website and market that coffee mug, but you don't actually own any of them. You are the curator and the marketer, not the warehouse manager. Here's how the magic happens, step by step. A customer, let's call her Jane, sees your awesome Instagram ad for the coffee mug. She goes to your website, loves what she sees, and places an order for $25. That $25 goes directly to you. Now here's the key part. Instead of going to your garage, you take Jane's order and her shipping information and forward it to your supplier, the actual company that makes and holds the mugs. You pay the supplier their wholesale price, which might be, for example, $10. The supplier then takes that mug, packages it up, and ships it directly to Jane. You just made a $15 profit, and you never even had to touch the product. Now, let's be clear about what dropshipping is not. It is not a ticket to free money. While you don't have to buy inventory up front, you do have other costs. You have to pay for your website platform like Shopify. You have to spend money on marketing to get people like Jane to see your mug in the first place. And most importantly, you are still responsible for the entire customer experience. If the mug arrives broken, or if it's the wrong color, or if it takes 6 weeks to arrive from overseas, Jane isn't going to complain to the anonymous supplier, she's going to complain to you. Your brand and your reputation are on the line for a product you've never even seen. A common pitfall for beginners is thinking their job is done once the sale is made. They see the money hit their account and mentally check out. This is a fatal error. You are not just a marketer, you are the owner of the business. That means you are responsible for everything. You have to handle customer questions, process refunds, and deal with shipping issues. The supplier is just your fulfillment partner. You are the face of the company. Understanding this distinction is the difference between a one-hit wonder who gets shut down by bad reviews and a long-term entrepreneur who builds a loyal customer base. It's your store, your name, and your responsibility from start to finish. This is where most dropshipping ventures live or die. Product selection. You could have the best website and the most brilliant marketing campaign in the world, but if you're trying to sell something nobody wants, you're going to fail. The goal isn't to reinvent the wheel or find some magical unheard-of gadget. The goal is to find a product that solves a problem, taps into a passion, or has that wow factor that makes someone stop scrolling. You're looking for products that aren't easily found in a local Target or Walmart. Think niche, not mainstream. Instead of dog leash, think LED light-up, tangle-free dog leash for nighttime safety. See the difference? So how do you find these so-called winning products? You become a digital detective. Start by scrolling through platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and Pinterest. Don't just watch for fun, watch like a marketer. Look for products that are getting a ton of engagement. Likes, comments, and shares. Pay close attention to the comments. Are people saying, "Where can I get this?" Or, "OMG, I need this"? That's your signal. Use tools like the TikTok Creative Center or Facebook's ad library to see what ads are currently running and performing well. You're not looking to copy them exactly, but to understand what types of products are currently capturing people's attention. This is market research, and it's non-negotiable. A huge mistake beginners make is falling in love with a product themselves. They think, "I love knitting, so I'll sell artisanal yarn." The problem is, your personal passion doesn't always translate into a profitable market, especially for a beginner. You need to follow the data, not your heart, at least at first. Look for data points. Does the product have a high search volume on Google Trends? Is it part of a growing niche? Is there a clear audience you can target with ads? For example, a product that solves a specific problem for new parents is much easier to market than a generic piece of home decor. You can target your ads directly to people who have shown interest in parenting content. Once you have a list of potential products, you need to validate them. Don't just pick one and build a whole store around it. Check out your potential competition. If there are already a dozen other stores selling the exact same thing with thousands of positive reviews, it might be too saturated. Look for products with a sweet spot of demand. Enough people want it, but it's not being sold by everyone and their grandmother. The product should also have a good potential profit margin. A good rule of thumb is the 3 times rule. If the supplier sells it to you for $10, you should be able to sell it for at least $30. This gives you enough room to cover the product cost, ad spend, and still have a decent profit left over. Okay, you've found a potential winning product. Congratulations. Now comes the part that can either make your life a dream or, honestly, an absolute nightmare: choosing your supplier. This is arguably more important than the product itself. Your supplier is your silent business partner. They're responsible for the quality of the product, the packaging, and yeah, the shipping speed. If they mess up, you take the heat. A bad supplier can destroy your store's reputation with slow shipping, shoddy products, and terrible communication. You absolutely cannot afford to get this wrong, so do not rush this step. It's the foundation of your entire operation. The first place most beginners look is AliExpress. It's a massive marketplace with millions of products, and it's a decent place to start your research. However, it's also kind of the Wild West. You'll find thousands of different sellers offering the exact same product at different prices. The key is to vet them meticulously. Don't just pick the one with the lowest price. Look for suppliers who have been in business for several years, have a high positive feedback score, over 95%, and have a large number of orders. Read the store's reviews carefully. Are customers happy with the product quality and shipping times? A slightly higher price from a reputable supplier is worth every single penny. A common and costly mistake is to blindly trust the estimated shipping times listed on the platform. A supplier might claim 7 to 15 day shipping, but in reality, it could take over a month. The only way to know for sure is to test them. Order the product yourself, order it to your own house, see how long it actually takes to arrive. When it gets there, inspect the quality. Is it what you expected? Is it packaged securely? Does it look and feel cheap? If you wouldn't be happy receiving this item as a customer, you have no business selling it to others. This small investment in a test order can save you from thousands of dollars in refunds and angry customers down the road. Beyond AliExpress, you should look into supplier alternatives as your business grows. Platforms like CJ Dropshipping, Zendrop, or Spocket often offer better services. They can act as agents who source products for you, and sometimes offer faster shipping lines and better integration with your store. Some even offer custom branding options like putting your logo on the package. This is a huge step up from the generic packaging you get from most AliExpress vendors. Your goal should be to find a long-term partner, not just a one-time transactional seller. A good supplier is a massive competitive advantage. They are the backbone of your business, so choose them wisely. Now it's time to build your online store, your little corner of the internet. The go-to platform for this, and honestly the one I recommend for 99% of beginners, is Shopify. No, this isn't a sponsored post. It's just the easiest, most reliable, and most scalable platform for someone starting out. It's designed for e-commerce, and everything you need is built right in. The biggest mistake beginners make here is overcomplicating things. They get obsessed with having the flashiest theme, dozens of apps, and all sorts of spinning animations. All of that is just a distraction. Your goal is to make it as easy as possible for a customer to buy your product. When you're setting up your store, think clean, simple, and trustworthy. Use a free, reputable Shopify theme to start. You don't need to spend hundreds on a premium theme yet. Your store should have a professional-looking logo, which you can get made for cheap on a site like Fiverr. Your color scheme should be simple, 2 or 3 colors at most. The focus should be entirely on the products. This means high-quality product photos and videos. If your supplier has good ones, use them. If not, you might need to order the product and take your own. Clear, compelling visuals are what sell the product, not a fancy animated background. Your product page is the most important page on your entire website. This is where the sale is won or lost. It needs to be crystal clear. Include a compelling product title, the price and any discounts, and multiple high-quality images from different angles. Write a clear, concise product description. Don't just copy and paste the garbled English from the supplier's page. Rewrite it to focus on the benefits, not just the features. How does this product make the customer's life better or easier? Use bullet points to make it easy to scan, and please, for the love of everything, make sure your Add to Cart button is big, bold, and impossible to miss. Finally, don't neglect the boring pages. You absolutely must have a clear shipping policy page that sets realistic expectations for delivery times. Be honest. If shipping takes 2 to 4 weeks, say that shipping takes 2 to 4 weeks. It's better to lose a few sales up front than to deal with hundreds of angry emails later. You also need a refund policy and an easy-to-find Contact Us page. These pages build trust. They show customers that you are a real, legitimate business, not some fly-by-night scam. A simple, professional, and trustworthy store will always outperform a flashy, confusing one. Keep it simple and focus on the customer's journey. Your beautiful store is built, and your reliable supplier is ready. Now, the big question, how do you get people to actually visit your store? In 2025, the answer is overwhelmingly social media, specifically short-form video on platforms like TikTok and Instagram. This is where your customers are spending their time, and it's the most effective way to get your product in front of them. The days of just relying on Facebook image ads are fading. Video is king, and your marketing strategy needs to reflect that. The best part is, you don't need a Hollywood production budget to succeed here. The strategy is twofold: organic content and paid ads. For organic, you need to start creating content around your product and its niche. Let's say you're selling that LED dog leash. You could make TikToks showing the leash in action during a nighttime walk, videos on 5 must-have gadgets for new dog owners, or even funny skits involving dogs. The goal is not to scream "buy my product" in every video. The goal is to provide value or entertainment to build an audience that trusts you. Then you can occasionally feature your product in a more direct way. People buy from brands they know and like. Organic content is how you build that relationship. Paid ads are how you scale. Platforms like TikTok and Instagram have incredibly powerful advertising tools that let you target specific users. You can target people based on their interests, like dog lovers, their behaviors, like engaging with pet-related content, and their demographics. The most common mistake beginners make with ads is creating one video, running it, and giving up when it doesn't work. You need to test, and test again. Create 5 to 10 different video ads. Test different hooks in the first 3 seconds. Test different music. Test different captions. Run them all with a small budget and see which ones get the best results. Then turn off the losers and put more money behind the winners. The key to a good ad in 2025 is making it look like a native piece of content, not a slick corporate commercial. It should look like something a regular user would post. This is often called user-generated content, or UGC. You can create this yourself with your phone, or you can hire creators on platforms like Fiverr or Billo to make videos for you. A simple video of someone unboxing your product and showing how it works is far more effective than a polished professional ad. It feels more authentic and trustworthy. Don't be afraid to experiment. Marketing is not a perfect science. It's about throwing a bunch of things at the wall and seeing what sticks. You've made some sales. The money is coming in. This is the critical moment where many beginners drop the ball. They get so focused on finding the next winning product and launching more ads that they completely forget about the customers they already have. This is a short-sighted and fatal mistake. Excellent customer service is not just about damage control. It's one of the most powerful marketing tools you have. A happy customer might tell a friend. An angry customer will tell 10 friends and leave a scathing 1-star review that can cripple your store's reputation. Your job isn't over when you make the sale. In many ways, it has just begun. You need to have a system in place to handle customer inquiries. At first, this will just be you and your email inbox. Respond to every single email as quickly and professionally as possible, ideally within 24 hours. Be prepared for the common questions. Where is my order? How long does shipping take? How can I make a return? Have pre-written templates ready for these common questions to save time, but always personalize them. If a customer is upset because their package is delayed, be empathetic. Apologize for the inconvenience, even if it's the shipping company's fault. Provide them with the tracking information again, and reassure them. A little bit of kindness goes a long way. As you grow, you will eventually need to hire a virtual assistant or VA to handle customer service for you. You can find excellent VAs on platforms like Upwork or onlinejobs.ph, but do not abdicate responsibility. You need to train them properly and monitor their work. The goal is to create a positive experience even when things go wrong. If a product arrives broken, issue a refund or send a replacement immediately, no questions asked. The small cost of that product is a tiny price to pay for protecting your brand's reputation. Remember, in dropshipping, you are selling trust just as much as you are selling a physical product. Finally, let's talk about what real success looks like. It's not a hockey stick growth chart from day one, it's a slow, steady grind. You will have good months and bad months. A product that was selling like crazy might suddenly die off, and you'll have to go back to the research phase. That's the nature of the business. True success is not about making $1 million in a year, it's about building a sustainable system that generates a consistent profit over time. It's about learning from your failures, reinvesting your profits, and slowly building a real brand. Forget the hype. Focus on the fundamentals: a good product, a reliable supplier, a clean store, smart marketing, and incredible customer service. That is the honest path to long-term success in dropshipping.